So I'm the black sheep in my family. I recently just moved back home with my parents. Now coming back with awareness, the dynamics in the house are just drastically different. Because my foundation is so stable, because my boundaries with myself are so clear, I'm no longer carrying baggage that gets mixed up with theirs. There's no blurry lines or boundaries. I know exactly where I end and where they begin. And how did I get to this place? I stand with truth. Truth is always right in front of us. For people like my parents or anyone who's in old paradigm, that kind of survival consciousness way of existing, they've spent their entire lives dodging truth because the illusions make them feel safe and, help them create these illusions of control and stability. If you can see those illusions for what they are and the purpose that they serve for them, and you can see your own truth and truth in general for what it is, all these dynamics stop feeling personal. You realize it was never about you. You realize it's still not about you. It's never going to be about you. Do not ever contort yourself to other people's way of existing, their own limiting paradigm. Stand in truth. Continue to move towards your own expansion and healing and evolution. And if that challenges them in certain moments, if that creates friction for them, that is their task to resolve. So long as you're not creating drama, you're not asking for them to conform to your worldview. Because again, as soon as you stop doing that, it's not about you anymore. It's them. It's you expand, and your expansion creates friction, rubs up against them, and they can choose to rise with you or not. But either way, what ends up happening when you get to this point is that choice becomes obvious, much more clearly theirs. Because you already, everything you represent speaks for itself. As you especially stop trying to explain yourself, you stop trying to even get involved in anything, and you stop absorbing their shit, the boundaries around you and around them, it just becomes clear where the dysfunction is. And that's the function of the black sheep. The mirror. And now I'm still the mirror, but I'm no longer absorbed in the dysfunction. Now I can just show it to you, and you can choose to integrate what I'm showing you if you want. But if you don't, I'm still whole. I'm still fine. I will challenge you by showing up as a sovereign being who has done the work. And let that speak for itself. That's embodiment. That's anchoring. And it does shift dynamics. And it is changing things. Even when there's moments of deflection, even when there's moments of friction on both sides, I leave dynamics or conversations that would have in the past been so devastatingly destabilizing and hurtful or whatever, that are now like, I know who I am. I know what truth is. And I don't care if they understand that or not. Period. And I can go carry on about my day and let them sit in the world that they want to live in. So the path here is both simple and easier said than done. Nervous system regulation. I think it starts with the breath, but the more you surround yourself with more empowering, conscious spaces and people and things, the more it all works together because it's all connected. So thinking about your life in a holistic way is going to really serve you because it's all affecting you in different ways. Space from the source certainly helps. I talked in the Black Sheep video previously about how I moved across the country and I think it was necessary for me. I know that's not always a viable solution for everyone, and it might not even be necessary for some. So if you need to stay local to your family and you still need to interact with them, making sure above all else that you have a life for yourself, and that you're building a life for yourself. If you're struggling with other relationships, finding a passion. What kind of creative obsession can you develop? It can be literally anything. It could be drawing, it could be, like traditional things like that, but it could also be something like super weird and random. Collecting rocks, it literally doesn't matter. Whatever you can get obsessed with, find an obsession and create and let it build a life that comes from within, from your own inner guidance, from your own core values. And if you have that core value sort of life building, that becomes the foundation that cannot be rocked. No matter how close you are to your family and to the dysfunction, you have that foundation, that proof of concept of who you actually are. So I will leave you here today with this. What can you start building or creating or engaging with to start to become the most evolved black sheep that you possibly could be? Or if you're not the black sheep, but someone else is, how can you support them in getting involved in something that's going to be deeply regulating and inspiring to their soul? Because that's what we're all after here, is regulation and inspiration. Those things lead to fulfillment and validation and healing. All of that is healing. Okay, let me know if this resonated with you by dropping a comment below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more content like this and to support me on this journey. Also, click the notifications button so you don't miss anything else. And I think that's it. I hope you have a beautiful day or night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.